Alright, shalom, shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawah Bahashim Rakakadash Ma'amaf. Yahawah being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly call God or Jehovah. Bahashim meaning in the name of Yahawah meaning he who delivers, who the world ignorantly call JC today. I want to give a double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. And another double honor to my elder as well, R1 bin Yahawah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect, pushing this truth across the four winds and to the 1/3 remnant believers on Yahawah, Shalom, Shalom. It's going to be a quick lesson put together through the spirit and power of Yahawah, and I pray that it be edifying. I'm going to start off from the book of James, chapter 4, and verse 7. It says, submit yourselves therefore to Yahawah, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to Yahawah, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. So, right, you draw nigh to the Lord, Yahawah, he's going to draw nigh to you. You know what I'm saying? And it says to cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded, meaning to turn away from everything that's holding you back or keeping you bound to this world, you know, and basically separate ourselves and do what needs to be done to get closer to the Lord in your walk, you know, and try your best to get up every time you fall, basically. You know, get that again. Draw nigh to Yahawah, Bahashim Yahawah, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness, right? Because when you come into this truth, you know, when you find out that you're an Israelite and the Lord put it in your mind to start teaching, you know, it's going to be in your mouth sweet as honey, but in your belly it's going to be bitter, because ultimately we still got to go through the curses. And, you know, with that, it caused, you know, some men and women, you know, to fall out and to draw back. But the scriptures tell us that if any man draw back, you know, my soul shall not have pleasure in him. You know, and God, man. So when you want to be afflicted, you want to, you know, think of Job and his latter end. You know, what it says, think of Job and his latter end and everything that he had to go through. You know, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. Right? Because, you know, when it's all said and done with, no matter what we get, what we gain, what we lose on this side, you know, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied, you know, with the things on this side, you know, basically because we in this wicked flesh. So when it's all said and done with, you know, it's always going to be a fight. There's always going to be a constant fight with things that you have to deal with, you know, being an Israelite. And, you know, it makes you mad. It makes you mad to a certain extent. Like Scripture said, I was envious at the prosperity of the wicked. But Psalms 37 tells us to fret not ourselves because of evildoers, for they shall soon be cut down as the grass that withereth when it's all said and done with. So, man, you got to humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. You know, because ultimately we don't see what the Lord sees, and our eyes are not as the Lord's eyes. So when it's all said and done with, you know, only thing we can do is just, you know, walk by faith and not by sight. You know, and do what you need to do, you know, to keep pushing when it's all said and done with. You know, humbling yourself, you know, being in the spirit of meekness and humbleness. You know, not, you know, even everything that Job went through, he didn't sin with his mouth. You know, he took it to the chin. And this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death is in the day of one's birth. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. And the living will lay it to heart, right? So the living gonna take heed to these things. It's better to be in a house of mourning. Like Moses, he was in a house of feasting, house of mirth. He was rich in Egypt, but he decided to go into the house of mourning with his brothers. He said it is better to go into the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay at the heart. So right, the house of feasting, the house of mirth, it's the end of all men. The Lord said, a sword is being sharpened. Shall we then make mirth? Our people is making mirth while, this devil is basically surrounding them, besieging them on all sides. So because they got gain, it's blinding them. It's blinding them from the things, that's coming upon this earth, man. You see it all the time. It's a new rapper every fucking week. It's a new rapper every week rapping about that same shit. You see what I'm saying? Saying it in a different way, using his accent in a different manner. Nigga be from Memphis, he'll have a Memphis accent saying the same thing a nigga in Florida saying. You see what I'm saying? So it just woo the people and keep them in, keep that gangster demon on the man and that horror spirit on the women, man. So ultimately they in the house of feasting, they in the house of mourning, they getting gain, and they getting basically rewards for being wicked on this side. You see what I'm saying? But the righteous are in the house of mourning, going through something. You see what I'm saying? Always gotta fight. Always gotta keep fighting, because the minute you stop fighting, all your troubles, all the demons gonna basically jump you at one time, and then you're gonna have to get up and keep fighting again. Ultimately, you just gotta keep swinging your sword, man. Keep reading, keep sharpening, keep doing what needs to be done. When you feel like you done, or you don't want to walk no more, get up, put one foot in front of the other. That's all you can do. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, man. That's it's part of that. That's what you signed up for when you left the Shemayos. You know what I'm saying? And this is better house to go in the morning, house of feasting. But right, verse 3. I'm gonna get verse 2 again. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. Right, so when it's all said and done with, man, just, weep, mourn. Going back to the same thing that we read in James chapter 4, verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth. And 2/3 of our people are in the house of mirth. Well, it's so many fucking new rappers out here, man, that's deceiving the people, that, got the people in the woo spirit. I can't even keep up. You know what I'm saying? So Jake, they always gonna have somebody to look up to, the house of mirth, man. To where it's blinding them, or it's always a new get rich scheme. That's keeping our people bound to this life, man. But at the end of the day, man, it says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of the fools is in the house of mirth, partying, bullshit, gaining. That's all they care about. You see what I'm saying? So we have to, stay, follow the yellow brick road and put one foot after the other and just keep walking. Keep walking, keep swimming when it's all said and done with. I'm going to go to the next precept in the book of Matthew, chapter 7. Just a quick lesson put together through the spirit power of Yahawah. Verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So, right, 2/3 of our people in the rest of the world, they on that wide road, Got people in the church, they think that they on the straight and narrow path, but they really on the wide road, getting swallowed up, by demons and cares of this life, keeping them bound, man. You see what I'm saying? Verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. All right, man. And many people going to be able to even find that road. You know what I'm saying? Because their path was chosen from the minute they left the minute they left the spiritual realm. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna even be able to find the straight gate. Their whole life gonna be full of partying, bullshit, mirth, story after story on what they did or how much fun they had here, get to travel, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but us on the other hand, we got a job that needs to be done. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get to be in the spirit of mirth in the kingdom, to have everything that we need, and to just have rest. You see what I'm saying? So come, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be which find it. So the narrow road will lead you all the way to life. That narrow road will get you closer to Yahawah Yahawah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the ultimate goal on this side. To make it into the kingdom. So like I think 12 and this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9, and it says, "And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me." So be afflicted more. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, and my strength is made perfect in weakness. When I'm weak, that's when I'm at my strongest point. Like Yahawah when he was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, and he fasted. He fasted for 40 days, 40 nights, and Satan tried to basically come and tempt him. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine what he was going through. I can only imagine what he was going through for, in that time. You know what I'm saying? And it says, verse 9 again, "And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me." And Paul, he was going through a lot of things. I believe he was shipwrecked at sea, lost at sea, I believe, bit by a snake. I think he was out in the cold, in the snow or something, freezing, in prison, singing in prison. Earthquake happened, and still in the prison, I believe. And it said, verse 10, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, and reproaches, and necessities, and persecutions, and distresses for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." So man, we do all this for Yahawah's sake. You see what I'm saying? All things that we do is for Yahawah's sake. And that's just that. When it says, "For when I am weak, then am I strong." At some point, at some point we don't, sit and waddle about it. We let out a war cry. A war cry, grip the sword even tighter and get ready to, do what needs to be done. Fight. Lay everything down in the path. Build everything up in the path. You see what I'm saying? When it's all said and done with, anything that I'm in this walk, anything that my feet touch, if it be for the elect's sake, I'm trying to plant a seed and let it grow. So each step you take, you got plants growing. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to the wicked, laying everything down, using his spiritual sword to do so. You see what I'm saying? "For when I am weak, then I am strong." I'm just gonna leave it at that. When I'm weak, I'm strong, man. Just like, our big brother Yahawah, Mashiach Yahawah, at his weakest moments, even on the cross, that's when he was glorified, man. And this is going to be the last precept, Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. It says, "The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah, and if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahawah, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So right when it's all said and done, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahawah because, we suffer with him on this side, on that narrow road, not being able to, we do have fun. We still have fun on this side, but we ain't in a mirth spirit. Jake like to party, Jake like to chill, Jake like to, Jake a plain man doing it intense. But we are the subjection of these heathens, so we can't really be ourselves in this wicked captivity, because this captivity is a wicked captivity. And when the wicked bear rule, the whole earth mourn. When the righteous bear rule, the whole earth rejoice. You see what I'm saying? Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahawah. So right when it's all said and done with the things we're going out, the sufferings of this present time are not going to be worthy or compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Having an immortal body. You see what I'm saying? Being able to visit other planets. Being able to, enjoy the work of your hands. Being able to be one with the Father. Being able to be one with the Son. Being able to just rest. Like Isaiah 14, and rest is allowed. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahawah. So right, the whole earth, every single animal, every single creature, every single living soul, whether they know it or not, are waiting for the expectation. The earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahawah. So the whole world waiting on it. You see what I'm saying? The whole world is waiting on, us to rule. You see what I'm saying? Waiting on us to rule. Even a small ant. An ant gotta walk miles away from his ant colony to look for food. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just to think about it, just think every time not every time, but when I see an ant pile, I just drop crumbs right on the top of the hole. Just the thought of the ant having to walk miles, just to find a crumb to, store up, just to make his day better, make day better as the work ants. Drop the crumbs right on the hole, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just a ramble, but the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestations of the sons of Yahawah. I pray this lesson be edifying. Shalom, on to the next.